Thank you for tuning in to the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. One of the key things that I am really passionate about, and I don't have very many passions in life, I'm a pretty boring person in reality, in real life. But one of the key things that I'm passionate about is increasing financial literacy for Black people. I want Black people to be financially literate. One of the biggest metrics of why Black people are having the problems that they are having, and they are many, and I'm not talking about the criminal Black people, I'm not talking about the ratchet Black people, it's all the other problems. And this is where racism directly impacts Black people, is financial literacy. It's due to Black people's financial illiteracy that you can have racism take advantage of us as a people in the United States. What does that mean? That means, and I've made video after video after video of hinting around this without directly coming out and saying it. That means that Black people do not understand that they are giving away their wealth, that they are giving away their labor, which is wealth, that they're giving away their time, which is wealth, right? You understand that your wealth is your wealth, your time is your wealth, your labor is your wealth. And if you do not understand, and you don't even have the knowledge that these things are in fact your wealth, then if somebody takes it away from you, you don't miss it. And then you wake up one day and realize that you do in fact have a problem, but because you don't understand finance, you don't understand what the problem is. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody is taking your wealth away from you, then you wake up one day and you're broke, you're poor, your house is falling apart, or you don't even have a house. You have to rent. You have no concept of even how to buy a house, how to start a business. You have no concept of how to do that. You wake up and you're 50 years old and you have nothing saved for retirement. Why? Because you are financially illiterate and you have been taken advantage of your entire life. That is what I'm trying to erode. I'm trying to take away and tear away that illiteracy so that when Mr. Charlie comes and say, "Come work for me," you go, "Absolutely not. Why in the world would I work for you to enrich you, Mr. Charlie? I need to enrich myself. I have children to feed." But if you're financially illiterate, you go, "Of course I'll come work for you. Of course I will give you my labor and thereby give you my wealth. I have children to feed." Do you see how the two, because of illiteracy, are completely equal? Many gurus, motivational speakers, financial motivational speakers, business motivational speakers, say at the very beginning of their speeches, don't work for somebody else. All you're doing is making them rich. Work for yourself. The concept is that you need to take advantage of your own wealth. Your labor is your wealth. Your time is your wealth. Why are there so many Black men incarcerated? Because that's time. And they're working in there. That's labor. I mean, we're just getting raped. If you were financially literate, I don't believe that you would have 50% black inmates in a prison when Black people are only Black men. Hello. Everybody wants to talk about Black people. We're talking about specifically Black men. 8% it's not even 8%. I believe it's 6% of the U.S. population is Black men. And I'm talking, these are all men, all Black men. From 0 to 90, 6% of the population are in some areas hitting 50% of the prison population, 40% of the prison population, 30% of the prison population. if we don't understand, this is the only way, because you are financially illiterate. Crime is evidence of financial illiteracy. If you don't know what the system is and what the game is, you are going to do only what you can figure out how to do, and crime is evidence of that. So even though I'm not even talking about criminals or people who would lend themselves to doing crime would actually benefit to listening to me. So I want every black person to share, right? I want every black person to just share this. You all continuously message me privately, message me here, other social media, do your tweet, you send me messages on Twitter, on Tumblr, on everything to ask me for this information. But when I make it, and I'm giving this to you for free. How about that one? And I know some people have said, well, I'm willing to pay for it. Well, I have a Patreon account. I even have a donation thing on my actual YouTube channel. I haven't received not one red cent. I've given you this information for free. I could, of course, sit down, write an ebook, and sell the ebook. But I want you all to be financially literate. That is my goal. My goal isn't to be rich. I've already been rich. Money doesn't impress me. My goal is for you to be financially literate as a black community. I want you to understand what a community, and I got so much flack on my Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton boot off stage thing where I said black people don't have a community because you don't understand. If you are financially illiterate, how can you understand what the word community is? You're not only financially illiterate, you're politically illiterate. How can you be voting Democrat when they are your enemy? I mean, it boggles the mind. That is evidence that you are politically illiterate. You cannot be financially illiterate, politically illiterate, and then turn on me and say that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the tutor. I'm the guy telling you the information. But if you don't want the information, you don't want the information. And when I make these financial videos, nobody watches them. I mean, I'm giving you just easy, free financial advice and stuff, information, tutoring, tutorials. And I said, I'm running a business. I can't have these videos and nobody watched them. I make money off of you watching it. I mean, I'm not asking you to pay anything. I just want you to watch it. And some of them, I even gave out homework and say, write this down, take notes, write this down, answer the questions, give me the answers in the comments. Nobody did it, nothing. I have a goal, I have a purpose. When I was 7 years old, I said the United States already has enough black actors, black singers, black athletes. I am going to dedicate my life to being a black businessman or black scientist or a black mathematician, something like that, or black astronaut. That's what I'm going to dedicate my life to be. I said that at the age of 6. And then I planned out my life. And it went pretty good, actually, all the way up until I met with some life-changing events. But I got a 4.0, went to this and that college, did this and that and the other that I wanted, that I had planned out at the age of 7. Now, of course, I belong to a family where I can say, I want to go here. And I go there. That I can afford that. Or we could afford that. But that's what I dedicate. This didn't just happen. I didn't just decide to come on YouTube and say, I'm going to talk about this. I decided this when I was 6 years old, that I would dedicate my life to doing this. Why? Because I saw the actual suffering. The whole Sambo thing, the shucking and jiving thing, the grinning thing, there's enough of that. We need more people like me. We don't have any. We have Dr. Claude Anderson, and he's been met with all sorts of obstacles from our own people. And he's saying, hey, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to do this for you people, for us. I'm going to do this and I'm going to try and teach you. He's written books. Is it busting down the new? Do you know that if we bought his books and I'll put a link below, if we bought his books, that we would be financially literate. Also, you don't even need me. You could talk to him. You know, he was in the White House. I mean, this guy has all sorts of credentials, right? If you don't want to believe me, believe him. We would be financially literate. But this is my goal. I want you to share this video. If I get 10,000 views on this video, I will sit down and write a program of everything that you need to know to be considered financially literate. I will do this for you for free. 10,000 views. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.